Hi everyone, welcome to Baca's Sip today. It's my pleasure to host you today. My name is Independence Hall. I'm the daughter of Catherine and Craig Hall. And today we've got two great wines and an incredible guest, and our winemaker is going to come on and chat with us as well. So we should have a really full program for you. Today we're tasting two wines, like I said. One is the Baca Ring Around the Rosé, and the other one is a Carignan grape. It's called Pinch Hitter. And I have to admit that I had a little moment of, I don't really know what a pinch hitter means. So I had to Google it and ask, the Google Oracle that knows all. Sometimes it's wrong, but I think I got this one right. So a pinch hitter, in case you don't know, is the batter that comes in to replace a batter that was supposed to bat and for whatever reason couldn't. So today I am honored to be the pinch hitter for my sister, Jennifer Brown, who is the director of Baca. So thank you so much for having me, and we're going to have so much fun today. A couple little announcements I wanted to make. We have a few days left in our sale of the red, white, and new. I love sometimes saying red, white, and blue because our label is also blue. But red, white, and new sale is still going on for another few days through the end of July. So you can get a couple wines that we've selected at a really lovely discount, 15% off, 20% off if you're in the wine club. So you can find those at bacawines.com. And also wanted to let you know that our tasting rooms are open. So if you're feeling like you can't look at your four walls anymore and you've got to get out of the house, drive up to Napa and come visit us. We'd love to have you. We're doing everything we can to make it as safe an experience for everyone as possible. We do only have tastings by reservation at the moment, and they're all taking place outdoors. So for Baca, our Heldsburg tasting facility is open. For Hall, we have St. Helena and Rutherford, and then of course for Walt, we have Sonoma. So please come visit us. We'd love to see you from a safe distance. Let's see. So before we get started with tasting, I'm going to bring on our winemaker for Baca, Allison Hollister. She's going to give us a little update on the vineyards and tell us a little bit about the two wines that we're going to be tasting. So one moment while I bring her on. I'm super excited. Actually, I've never tasted a Carignan, and that's coming up. So I can't wait to hear more about it and learn about it. Hi, Allison.
Indy, hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I am well. I am so much better now that I'm about to taste some wines.
I know, same. It's time, for sure.
Yes, definitely. How's everything going in the vineyards?
Really good. I was actually in the Rockpile AVA today, which is in the northern part of Sonoma, and it's above Lake Sonoma. So it's basically in these gorgeous hills overlooking a lake, and the grapes are starting to turn purple. So the technical French word for that is veraison, is when they start to change. And we're looking like it's probably going to be about 6 weeks until we start bringing some red grapes in. So
how exciting.
Exciting time for us, for sure.
Very, very cool. Well, I know we've got two wines that you were involved in making that we're tasting today. Could you tell us a little bit about the Baca Ring Around the Rosé?
Yeah, shall we crack a can?
Oh, let's do it.
So Baca Ring Around the Rosé is a rosé of Zinfandel, and it's a really small quantity of high-end produced rosé. So what we do is we picked the red grapes, and then we put them directly in a press and gently squeezed them until we got the perfect pink color. And then we fermented it in barrels. So this is just a handful of barrels, small amount of cases. And then in a final hipster move, we put it in this very convenient, cool looking can. And I love it. Yeah, this is the second year now we've canned it, and I'm really happy with the quality in the can too. So
I'm going to drink it from the can, but I just wanted to show everybody this like beautiful pink. It's stunning.
I know. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. And yeah, I'm getting pumped up to make the 2020 vintage rosé pretty soon here.
How long does rosé hold? Like, how long can we keep this on the shelf?
I would, rosé, for this kind, I would drink it within a year, probably.
Okay. I mean, it wouldn't probably last on the shelf longer for me, but yes.
The 2018 is great. So I know that for sure. But, these summer days, this is the time. This is the perfect time for rosé.
Awesome. So our second wine, or is there anything else about the rosé that you wanted to share?
I think those are the top points for me. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks you. So the second wine we're trying today is pinch hitter, which I understand is 100% Carignan.
That's right. Carignan is a grape that's been traditionally used in California as a blender for Zinfandel. Sometimes you can find it interplanted. And so when we found these grapes, they're in Alexander Valley, which is in Sonoma County. And they come from vines that were planted in the year 1900. So these grapes are coming from 120-year-old vines. And
that's incredible.
They're amazing, and they're huge too. They almost look like trees the way these vines grow. And so when we found it, I thought, oh, this is amazing. This is going to be a perfect blender for some of our high-end Zins. And sure enough, it was. But I was so intrigued, so happy with the quality of how it came out. We thought it would be really fun just to bottle it on its own. So again, this is a really small amount of cases. This is a very special, unique bottling. We're not necessarily going to do it every year. And what this brings to the Zinfandels is a little more acid. And Zinfandel is known to be really fruity. And this also brings kind of an earthiness to balance that. I'm trying to bring out layers in these wines we're creating. So I think this is just a really cool opportunity to try a variety that's a little less common, off the beaten path.
I love it. I think that makes it a really special gift. And I love the concept and the story behind that.
Absolutely. And I think it's the perfect name, pinch hitter.
It is the perfect name. It is very much living its name.
For sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Allison, I have one more before I let you go. Very important question for you.
Okay.
If you could have a glass of wine with one celebrity, who would it be?
Ooh. Well, I'm kind of dorky, and my answer would be probably Werner Herzog.
That's incredible. That's not dorky. That's like brilliant.
Very fun to taste wine with.
Oh my gosh, that's like creative genius.
Right?
That's an amazing answer. I would love to join you too. That would be so fun.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I love it. I think he would appreciate a pinch hitter, Carignan. I think he'd be down for that. Incredible. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to have Roxy on. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun.
Me too. Thank you. Chat soon.
Bye, Indy.
Bye. Okay, how fun. That's the best answer like ever. I can't believe I didn't think of that answer. All right, we're going to bring on our guest now, the none other than Roxy Manning. Red Carpet Roxy. She has a blog. She's a celebrity interviewer, and she is the co-host and co-creator of the podcast, Women on Top. I was about to sing it for you because they sing it when they go on and off, but I spared you. You're welcome. Okay, without further ado, let me bring on Roxy. I sang a little. And in the meantime, if you all have questions for us, you can.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How's
good.
everything going for you?
Everything is great. Just still here at home quarantining, trying to work at the same time and balance life and mommyhood and all the things.
It's so much, and I've taken I think I got this from Real Housewives of New York or something. I'm calling it the Corona coaster. I'm on the Corona coaster.
It's true, the Corona coaster. The Rona will not die.
It will not. And I told my boyfriend, I was going I'm going to ask, how are you doing during the quarantine? He's like, it's so boring. I really, it makes me feel good. I'm not alone. All these banana thoughts and feelings we're having are okay.
Right? I mean, you can't help but feel like you're going crazy sometimes,
Totally. So to help with the crazy a little bit,
yes,
I have this can of vodka rosé that I would love to pass you.
Oh, please do. I would love it. I would love it.
Coming down to you. You got it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yay!
Wow, I got it. Yeah.
Magic. Incredible.
Yay. Super exciting.
So we're going to talk about this in a little bit.
Okay.
But I think we should have a cheers for now.
Yes, let's cheers. Can we?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. I'm so happy you're here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. Well, we go back a long way, don't we?
We do. I was telling somebody that the other day. I was like, I think Roxy and I have decided that we're just going to stop counting at 30.
We did. That's right, because we met when we were 2.
Yes. Yes. Actually, like in the womb, like
Yes.
it was like another life. Yeah.
Totally. That's what we're going to say.
Yes, exactly. I love it.
Well, this is delicious.
Oh, I'm so glad.
This could be my new favorite summer beverage.
Yes, and it's super convenient and easy to like places. It's a great beach drink for sure.
Yes.
Yes.
It feels hydrating, you know? I mean,
it does. Like you're doing something good for yourself.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Very convenient, on the go. I love it.
Yes. So what else have you been doing good for yourself? I heard you've been hiking lately.
Yes, I've been hiking. We actually did a road trip. My family and I, my husband and daughter, we went to Zion National Park.
I have never been. How was it?
It was great. It was really like getting back into nature. And I feel like, especially at times like this, when all this craziness is going on, sometimes you just need to like ground yourself and like root yourself in something as basic as just like in nature, walking outside, you know?
For sure.
Feeling the grass and looking at the trees and smelling the flowers. It's like things that we get so busy doing that we don't do, which we should do, you know? But it was wonderful. I mean, we swam in streams. Like, it was like all about nature.
I love that so much.
So fun.
I have to get some tips from you on how to do that, and maybe I'll take the boys.
Well, it's so crazy because you have to like first quiet your head down, which for me is always a challenge. I'm like, okay, I just can't look at my phone. I can't worry about like what's happening. Yes, turn the phone off, like enjoy, have a glass of wine, walk outside, like just enjoy life, you know? Take a moment, right?
Yeah. Amazing.
So fun.
I'm going to go through a couple little rapid fire questions.
Ooh, okay.
If you have answers that take longer, that's totally cool.
All right. I love rapid fire.
Oh. What is like a fashion faux pas that you don't adhere to? I mean, like a fashion rule that you don't adhere to, / do you think that a fashion faux pas still exists? Like, is that a thing?
You know, for me, I think it's about style and it's about like how you feel. And if you wear something, it's, you know, it makes you feel good and it makes you feel confident and it makes you walk into a room and be like, I'm owning this room, and you feel good about yourself. I think that's the most important thing. And I'm like, it really, trends don't like, I'm not so big into trends, like as in like from year to year or season to season. I think it's whatever makes you feel good. I mean, you can walk in with like a super cute t-shirt, like ripped jeans, heels, and like a cute bag and like own a room, you know? So I totally feel like it's like comes from within, you know?
I love that. I know you and I are both have some Texas roots.
Yes.
And in Dallas, I definitely felt like a different energy around fashion.
Yes.
Like,
yes, for sure.
Yeah. The other day, like my kids' school, like their hair had to be naturally occurring in nature, like, and an inch above their collar and all this stuff. And we moved to LA and it's like pink hair, boys have long, like all freedom. And it just feels really good.
Feels really good, right? It's like there's no rules here, which is really nice, you know?
Oh, great.
You can express yourself, you know?
Very accepting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, complete this sentence for me.
Okay.
The secret to a successful red carpet walk is?
Swagger. You have to have attitude. Like, you've got to be like, I'm going to own this. Like, you have to have confidence and just like walk through and be like, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, there's been so many times when I've been on the carpet and I just am like, I don't feel like it. You know, like, I don't feel like I look good. I'm like down on myself. But like, I just have to like kind of turn it around. And I think other people do as well. You just walk out there and you just have that confidence and you believe in yourself. That's the most important thing. You just believe in yourself, right? Like, I think that's just so key, you know?
Yes. I love it. So much easier said than done.
It is. Trust me. I mean, right. Sometimes you need a glass of wine before you go out there.
Yes, for sure. This may be putting you on the spot, but like, who is the most entertaining person you've interviewed?
Oh my gosh, I've got so many favorites. I would say one of my top, who I love, is Cate Blanchett. Cate Blanchett is literally like one of the most fun people to talk to because she's a girl's girl. she's totally invested in the conversation with you. Like she wants to know about you as well. And she's funny as hell.
Is she?
Yes, she's got the best sense of humor. She's so funny and she's just real. You know, she's super genuine. I just love her. I mean, I think she's great. I mean, then there's also like other fun people who I really like people with like a good energy, you know, like a fun sort of energy.
Yeah.
You two was amazing. They're super fun. Bono. Just like guys like that, you know, like people that want to be there and that are like energized and that have that like sort of good sense of humor and like fun spirit, you know?
I love that. People who like are grateful for what they achieved and don't let it go to their head.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I definitely love that. Who's like the first, what would you say, like, do you know the moment in time? What, like, oh, this is my first celebrity interview?
I actually do. I was sort of, I was at Sundance Film Festival. This was like over 10 years ago. And I met somebody who was looking for a female co-host for the red carpet for the following night. And he was like, I think you'd be really great at this. Like, let's do it. So I went to the Eccles Theater, which is a very big theater there during Sundance. And I met him. It was 6 p.m. on like a Tuesday night. And he just hands me the microphone and he goes, go for it. You're in. He like threw me. It was like trial by fire.
Wow.
My first interview was Pierce Brosnan, like James Bond. I was like, okay, so let's go. Let's go. What's up, Pierce? You know, it was just like one of those things where it's like you can only really know how to do it if you've been like, you just have to like do it, right? It's like, you can't really study it. It's about the experience and just like throwing yourself out there, you know?
So it kind of was like a happy accident.
Yes.
I love that. I love that this thing kind of finds you.
Totally. Totally. Such a happy accident.
So you travel a lot, or at least you pre-COVID and
pre-apocalypse.
Yeah. And I feel like different events have different energies. Like, what is an event that has the best energy for you between like a Sundance or a Cannes or an Oscars or a?
You know, I do. I love like events like that where it's very like highly concentrated and there are a lot of people in one place like that, and there are a lot of events that happen. So I do. I love Sundance. I love Cannes though because it's just so glamorous. You know, it's like everyone's decked out. You're in the south of France on the beach. I mean, what's not to love? What's not to love?
Different vibe than like in jeans and snow boots and Sundance.
Yes. I also really love actually New York Fashion Week too, because it's so creative, like the energy that's there. You're seeing things for the first time, like come down the runway and everyone's sort of like seeing it with these like virgin eyes. So it's like, it's cool because you're like in the moment almost, you know, it's like you're seeing things that everybody's seeing for this at the same time for the first time, you know?
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Edge with everybody.
Exactly.
You have, maybe from one of those events or not, a wine story, like a memorable wine story you can share.
Oh my goodness. Does sparkling wine count?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I think going back to even like award season here in Hollywood, you know, the sparkling wine is poured over and over and over again. And it's so great. And it's literally like the best thing you can drink when you're at like the Golden Globes, you know, and you're running around to all these parties. And I think the last time we were at the Globes, which was last year, or no, maybe it was the year before, we just had the best time. We had sparkling wine all night long, and it just gives you that little pep, right? It gives you that little like happy energy. You feel like you can like go on the dance floor and like own it. And I feel like for me too, because I talk to so many celebrities, like interviewing them, it's nice to also see them cut loose. Oh, like, so they are just like, you know, everyone's got their guard down. People are just having fun. So I'd say the Golden Globes, like when the sparkling wine comes out, is always a good time.
Yes, for sure. I love that. So we were talking earlier, you would take this vodka with you to the beach, or like what kind of summer activities?
Oh yes, it would go with me everywhere. I'd take it to the beach. I'd take it on a road trip, although not with me driving, in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Enjoying it that way.
So easy to fit in your purse. It's the perfect little
It's
vibe.
so convenient. It's so easy on a picnic. That would be really cute, especially now in times of COVID, right? Like you could easily take this guy with you, like, you know, to the beach, to like a, you know, in the hills. I mean, we're kind of spoiled in LA because we can go to so many different geographical places that like you can really take this anywhere, right? I mean, I feel like it's so good to go like that.
Do be careful. Just a warning. It's this can looks really slim and adorable, and it is. It's 2 glasses in a can.
Oh, is it really? Oh my God, thank you for the warning. Because I'd be like, woo!
It goes down way too easy.
It really does. And you know what is really cool? Like the can doesn't change the taste.
No, it actually
not at all.
The taste in a sense because it's not letting sunlight in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very neutral to the taste. And
right? It's really good. It's really good. I love it. It's so delicious.
When you order it from bacawines.com, it comes in a little 3-pack, and 3 of these equals a 750 milliliter bottle. So.
Ooh, good to know.
It's FYI. And
it's so convenient. I mean, they just travel everywhere. Yeah, very easy.
I poured some earlier in a glass just so you can see the.
Oh, let me see the color. Ooh, I love that pink color.
Stunning. Beautiful.
It's stunning. You know why? Because it's not too dark. It's not too dark. It's like the perfect shade of pink.
So what do you think about the taste? Like what fruits are you getting?
Ooh. It's really fresh. It's almost like peachy in a way, you know, like.
Do you know they have peach gummies? They taste like peach gummies.
Oh my God, you're right. They do. That's what it is. It's like that fresh, summery peach, like taste. You know, like so good. I would love. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I could like, you know what I'd love to eat this with is actually like a pasta primavera, something really fresh and like full of like summer veggies, you know?
Yeah, it sounds great. What time am I coming over? I'll bring the wine.
Okay, great. Let's do it. Let's do it, lady. Or like a goat cheese salad with this. Oh my gosh.
Watermelon feta with mint.
Yes. Oh my gosh, girl. I know what I'm cooking tonight.
Yay, I love it. I love that so much. So
it's so delicious.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yes.
So at Baca, we take our winemaking super seriously, but ourselves not so much.
Okay, good. We like that combo.
Yeah. I know on your podcast, Women on Top, you play a little game at the end with your guests. We're not at the end, but I wanted to just take a little break and play a quick little game with you if you're game.
Sure.
Do you remember Mad Libs?
Yes. Oh my God, I used to love Mad Libs.
Has your daughter played them at all?
Not yet, but you know what? It's funny you say that. I actually just bought her like the kids version, like of the Mad Libs book. So I'm gonna have her play it for sure.
Yay! It's definitely a throwback.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me a quarantine activity.
Cooking.
Give me a scent.
Gardenia.
Oh, I love gardenia.
Don't you? It's so nice, right?
Yeah. What's an event? I mean, give me an event, not what's an event.
So like any event?
Any event, whatever you want.
Fashion Week.
Love it. I've actually never been. It's on my list.
You need to go. You come with me. We'll have a good time.
I was gonna say, do you need an assistant? Like I'll carry the mic for you.
No, you'll just sit next to me and we will have the best time.
I'll bring the buck in my purse.
Perfect.
A place.
Oh, Saint Tropez.
Ooh, I love.
I know, right? No, I'm thinking about all these things, you know.
Oh my gosh, it's summer in the Med. Okay, I'm gonna cry. Fruit.
Peach.
Yeah. Peach. A flower.
Ooh, rose.
Rose, love it. A candy.
Twizzlers.
I'm shaking the camera. Okay, food.
Pasta. Like all the things, right?
Yes. And a favorite activity.
Ooh. Gosh.
A PG.
I was gonna say, I'm glad my husband isn't here. No. I think my favorite activity is, let's just say hiking. Hiking is good.
I think that's.
I like hiking.
All right. Okay, Roxy.
Okay.
So we've created a wine review together.
Ooh.
I'm gonna read it to you now.
All right. All
All
right.
right. This wine is reviewed by Independence Hall and cooking enthusiast Roxy Manning. The wine opens with a beautiful bouquet of gardenia on the nose. You know, that reminds me of a classic Fashion Week night from yesteryear. The vineyard is located on a hillside near Saint-Tropez. Flavors of peach, rosé, and Twizzlers. The wine will pair really well with a rich pasta, and it's perfect for a night of hiking.
I like it. That's so fun. You're gonna have to send me that. I might use that.
I will send it to you for sure.
That's really cute. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, the Mad Libs. That's so fun.
So we're going to move on to our second wine of the evening.
All right.
Is this pinch hitter caramel?
Okay.
So I was telling, I don't know if you heard at the beginning, I don't think I said this part of it. So my boyfriend is a huge Cubs fan, and we're all really super excited that the MLB is back and everything. I don't know what a pinch hitter is.
Neither do I. I'm not really good about baseball.
I had to ask.
It's baseball, right?
Yes, it's baseball related. I had to ask the Google Oracle.
Okay.
Told me that it is like when a pitcher, is supposed to be pitching, and then for whatever reason they can't, the pinch hitter comes in. So it's like the replacement.
Okay. Is he like the better one? Is he better than?
I don't know that it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably like, the replacement. So not probably probably replacing the better one. So I am on Baca today replacing my sister. I am the pinch hitter for Jennifer Brown. She's the director of Baca and does these usually.
Oh, fun.
New baby.
Well, so, you're doing an amazing job.
Oh,
she might have a run for her money now.
No, I don't think so. But I love that this wine is called Pinch Hitter too, because it's 100% Carignan, which I've never tried before. So I'm super excited to share it with you for the first time.
Ooh.
And Carignan is normally used as a blend in Zinfandels.
Okay.
This is 100% on its own, standing up.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to pass you this bottle.
Okay. Pass it to me. Yes.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know what I have to say about all of these bottles? They're all really nice and weighty. They're like heavy, really nice bottles, you know?
Definitely.
All right. All right. Okay. Ooh. So I got an extra large glass just in case.
I love it. do the swirl.
Do the swirl. Do you do all the things? The swirl and like taste it in your mouth first, and
I try.
What's the correct way to do it?
Well, my sister talks about oh my gosh, Jen, I'm so sorry, I'm probably gonna screw this up. 4 or 5 S's. Mm-hmm. So it's like see it, like you see the color.
Okay.
Swirl.
Swirl. Okay.
Sniff.
Sniff.
And then the final step is sip.
Sip. Okay. But don't gargle.
No, I mean, I don't. Maybe people do, and that's totally cool. Whatever works for you. Ooh. I'm excited.
Good. Yes.
Mm. I love this. I love this as an idea for a gift, too. I feel like it's a really unique wine.
You know what? Yes. You know what? I was just thinking about that before we were talking. I'm like thinking about, gifts and like hostessing gifts and things like that. And you can bring somebody a bottle of wine, like especially if they're hostessing for a birthday or what have you. Everybody is always excited to get a bottle of wine. Like you can never go wrong.
No, it's a great gift. I love it when it has a story or a meaning, like you can add to it. So also, this makes it really special that we're probably not going to do this every year.
Oh, okay. So it's just limited for.
It's limited, yeah.
Okay.
It's even more exciting.
I am so I feel like really special because that's pretty big,
Yes, we're having our first Carignan experience together.
I love it.
More to come. Another memory. So I'm gonna look for some questions from the audience here.
Oh, fun.
Second. Oh, my sister confirmed it's the 4 S's. Amazing, because I could not think of a 5th. Who's a celebrity that you haven't interviewed that you can't wait to interview?
Ooh. You know, I think I'd love to do Angelina Jolie,
Oh,
right? I'm like, who wouldn't?
yes.
But like on the flip side of that, I'd also love to interview Jennifer Aniston. I haven't had her either. I'm like,
It's definitely on the flip side of that.
right. I'm like, I want both of them. Maybe not at the same time.
Together, yeah.
Right, right. Actually, together, that would probably make for some really great TV.
Yeah, that was very exciting.
Yes, yes.
That's great.
I've had Brad. So I think the other two would be,
What was Brad like?
He's great. He's super friendly, just like really down to earth. Seems, he's from, I believe he's originally from like Kansas City or something. He's very like Midwestern. Even though he's been in Hollywood for a really long time, I feel like he still has an element of that like Midwestern boy,
He does that. He's got that home values.
Yes, yes. He's got that like homey, like where we're from in Texas. It's sort of like, you kind of sense that from people, like, people that come from the South or like the Midwest, they have that thing,
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
Is there anyone who surprised you, who like you thought would be really nice and then they weren't? I mean, no, don't tell me that. I mean, you probably
I can tell you all the secrets. No.
after. You tell me after.
Right? Who really surprised me was, and in the best way possible, was Robin Williams. He was such a joy. He was like the nicest person. I don't even think I got like the full question out before he was like going, because he just was that good, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised by it because he was so great, but like, that was one of those moments where I was like, wow, like that's really cool,
That's so like heartbreaking to think about.
I know. It really is, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super sad, I know. But yeah, there's been like, I'm trying to think if there's been like anyone else who just like really surprised me. I mean, I always love a girl's girl. I love when like people, because that I feel like too celebrities, like a lot of them get a bad rap in Hollywood because people are like, oh, they're insecure or they're this or they're that. And it's like when somebody is just defies all expectations and is just really cool and like can talk to you like on a human level, that's really cool,
That's awesome.
Really fun.
I have the weirdest question for you.
Okay.
Shoot. Do you and David ever play that play is a weird word, but the one free pass? You guys talk about
oh, yes. Yes.
You do?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. Do you want to tell me who your one free pass is?
Yes, of course. Brad Pitt. I'm such a traditionalist. Brad Pitt would be the one. Or Keanu Reeves. Because he's like my old school, like, celebrity crush from like. Right?
Yeah.
Like, he's like one of those guys, he just like gets better with age and he just seems so nice. And is nice. Definitely. He is really nice, actually. So, like, I really.
Any more awkward for you guys? Because it's like usually the one free pass is supposed to be someone who's like so out of reach and you're like, oh, I know Brad Pitt now.
Well, it is. No, it's actually so funny too that you asked me that because the first time I actually met Brad Pitt, he actually like jumped on top of me, but in like the funniest way. We were at a movie premiere and we were crossing, my husband and I, we were crossing behind the red carpet. It was on Hollywood Boulevard, where they block off the entire street. So the fans it was at the Grauman's Theater. So all the fans across the way were like screaming and cheering for him and all this stuff. And there were slits sort of in between the parts of the step and repeats. And so my husband was walking a little bit in front of me and I was walking and all of a sudden this person jumps out from in between the slats of the red carpet. Brad Pitt, literally on top of me, like caught me like that. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was like, no problem.
No, please do it again.
Do it again. I literally was like, do it again. And like, just at that moment, my husband turned around and like saw what was happening. And he knows he's my get free out of jail card. So he was like, he's like, there's your prize.
Oh, that's adorable.
But how about you? Do you have a get free out of jail card?
David's a good sport. I do actually. I negotiated up, Roxy. You got to negotiate up. I have two.
Oh yes,
Yeah. Apparently I have a type. Russell Brand and Johnny Depp.
Oh, I know. Those are both solid, like good, yummy choices.
Yeah. I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
That is so interesting. I wonder where Russell Brand has been. I know he's doing a podcast.
He is. He's got a great podcast. Yeah.
Yes.
I actually saw him at Wanderlust. It might have been a year ago, like before.
Oh, really? Doing yoga?
No. Giving a speech on his book.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, now I'm blanking on what it's called, but basically the theory is that we're all addicted to something. So like we all could use the 12-step program. So would anyway. Yeah. He's brilliant.
Wow. Okay, so
brilliant mind.
he is. He's really brilliant. He's really like made his way with his whole like walk to, doing all the things that he's doing, like living a very natural life and yeah.
Yeah. So with your podcast, you and Tammin go really deep and really truthful and honest in a lot of areas that people are probably like afraid to touch or talk about, which I really appreciate, and I'm sure a lot of people do, because it makes people feel not alone. That like we're not alone with these crazy things or birth experiences with babies and all these everything that you talk about, marriage, relationship, divorce. I just so love it. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, thank you.
That's
yeah,
great.
we just believe in being 100%, almost to like a fault, being honest and raw and real, and nothing is off the table at Women on Top. I mean, we'll talk about it all. So
I know, and that's my question. How does David handle that?
So it's funny you ask that because at the beginning, of course, like she's also married, and our husbands were like super excited to listen to the podcast. But then, especially in like the beginning of the series, like we really had to let our audience know who we were. So we really had to dive down deep, kind of spill all the beans. I mean, they know a lot about Tammin and I. So it was funny. Right about the same time, our husbands were like, "Okay, we're gonna take a break from listening to the podcast." Now, David was like, "I'm kind of sick of hearing myself." All the things. I'm like, "See, David, that means you have to behave, or else you're gonna talk about it on the podcast."
Totally.
It's sweet. No, but he's very supportive. They're both very supportive of the show and everything. But yeah, it's been great. We've had such a good time on the podcast. We've had people from like Kristen Chenoweth to Snooki to, I mean, we have such a wide variety of people that come on, and we have amazing guests coming up too. So
it's so fun. I've been binging. It's like my go-to.
Really?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad.
Oh, pleasure. I have one last question from the audience was, when do you think, like, what's the future of events?
That's a great question. I was actually talking about this this past week. Right now it's so up in the air. I mean, from my perspective, doing red carpet, I don't know about that. Like, I don't even know if it will come back at this point. As long as we have this pandemic going on, because we're so tightly packed. It's like everyone is so close to each other, and you're talking to people, and I mean, when I'm talking to people, I'm literally like this close to them. But it's interesting. I mean, my husband is an events producer. His company is A-List Communications, and he's been doing these drive-in sort of type movie premieres.
So smart.
Right? Kind of just,
pivot.
right? Shifting everything outside and kind of trying to find a way to still, bring the product to people, but in a safe way, right?
Yeah.
So it's really tricky. I mean, I believe somebody tried to do sort of a red carpet event recently, but it didn't go that great because, again, it's like you've got social distancing and right, it's awkward, and you can't really stand on a red carpet with, all the masses like you did in the past. So, it's a great question. I see it now shifting more outside. I see a lot of like outdoor events. There have been some concerts even by big, Brad Paisley, Blake Shelton. People are doing these outdoor sort of concerts because they still too have to get their music out, promote their albums. Actors have to promote their movies, directors. So it's just like a mixed bag right now. I think people are just sort of trying to see what sticks and see what's safe.
Trying to get creative and figure it out.
Yeah, get creative and figure it out. And thank gosh I had the podcast because that wasn't there.
Right from home. Yeah.
Right. we record remotely. We have our guests that record remotely, so it's totally safe. And, you know, I'm still able to flex that muscle and interview people and talk to people and bring their stories to life, you know, so it's nice in that sense. But it's a great question, you know.
Need that human connection.
Yes, we do. Well, that's the thing too. I mean, I don't know how many people out there are moms, but that can also be a very kind of like scary and terrifying, you know, world to live in, especially in this kind of a world. So we try to connect people, you know, like with what we're doing with the podcast, and just try to make people laugh and escape for a minute and enjoy, you know. And
it is so much fun. So everybody, if you haven't already, order some Baca and then listen to Women Stop. You will not be sorry.
Thank you. Yes, it always pairs well with wine, our podcast.
Yes, it does. For sure. I think we're hitting our time limit for today. But is there anything you'd like to share with us? Any parting words?
I mean, when in doubt, just pour a glass of wine and kick back and relax, right? That's all we can do. That's all we can do is just like live in, I say live in the moment. Like, I'm very big on that. It's like live in the moment.
Yes.
Obviously, don't do something that's going to hurt yourself, but live in the moment and enjoy life, you know?
That has been my whole lesson. I think this COVID-19 thing is like a big sort of timeout for the world, and it's a lesson for all of us in whatever ways we want to take it, looking at the silver linings, but that live in the moment is not something that I can do. Like, I'm always in the future, I'm never in the present, and I literally, everything I planned for the future has disintegrated. So I'm trying to like stay on my yoga mat and like be in this moment.
You're like grounding on the yoga mat, like just train it, right? Because it's like nobody knows what tomorrow holds with everything that's going on.
No,
right?
Excellent, huge reminder on a global scale.
Right? Nothing. I mean, everything can change tomorrow, in a week, you know. I mean, who knows? So we just have to live for today at this point. I feel like, right, day by day.
Don't take anything for granted.
No.
Get up, have a glass of wine.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining
me. Thank you. This was so much fun.
This was so much fun. Cheers.
I know. I love it. Cheers. It's just so great to, like, you know, connect with people and to connect with your audience and with you and over a glass of wine. I mean, what's
my gosh, it's the best. Thank you.
I'll
let you go. I know you've got work to get back to.
Thank you so much. This was a pleasure. And everybody listen to the Women on Top podcast on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, you will not be disappointed.
Yes.
With a glass of vodka.
Yes. And you can find me on Red Carpet Roxy with a Y on all social media as well as my blog.
I love it. Thank you, Roxy.
Thank you so much. Cheers, babe.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us and listening to our stories and having a sip with us. Don't forget that you can still get the sale at bacawines.com, the red, white, and new sale, 15% off or 20% off if you're a member. You can still join now and become a member and get the 20% off. And tasting rooms are open. We'd love to have you. Outdoor tasting, all the safety things. That's it. So that's all from me. So stay healthy, sip up, wear a mask, vote, and every good wish. Cheers.